How are you all tonight? Let me just turn that a little bit more, get a bit more of this new patterning. Get a bit of rain. So the bypass has gone through. Trucks won't be as bad as anything anymore. It's very quiet at the night. But we've got a bit of rain, so that's quite nice right now. So good evening to everyone. Hi Helen, Christine, Sue. Christine, so glad you found the keyboard. Gail, Anne. Oh, nice weather down in the Hunter Valley. We had a lovely day the other day. And it's now got a bit of rain, but that's okay. Ruth, Helen, Yvonne, Joanne, how we going? Sue, Joanne, everyone's chatting to everyone. It's lovely. Barbara, good rain today, Mildura, Christine. Yeah, we've got a bit coming through now. And Karen, hello, hello. Sue, Jane, oh wow, everyone's here now. Hi, Dizzy. Still waiting on the rain on the Sunshine Coast. Yeah, it's sort of a bit like that, isn't it? And Anne-Marie, Jackie. All right, we're all coming through. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all, and thanks so much for all the sharing time. I've got a few more to schedule later tonight for the next few days. So thank you so much for sending all those in. If Karen comes on with her square peg, I'm glad we sorted that out about midnight or so last night. I think it was 10:30 midnight, something like that. Yeah, so don't be afraid to message me or do anything any time of the night, ladies, because it could be still awake. All right, what do you think? Square peg. It actually, Mighty Stars. So Mighty Stars, hi April. Mighty Stars looks completely different close up to what it is away. So you would have seen on the photo I put on Facebook and everything. It does look a little bit different, but you can see the stars in here. And just want to say, I hope you're impressed because I sort of impressed myself. Yes, I'm here and still feel, oh, don't worry about it, Karen. I'm not saying what went on. I just said we fixed it up. I'm quite impressed myself. This one's all quilted, finished, binding, everything. And that doesn't normally happen with me. I've still got quilts from years ago that I used to travel around with that aren't quilted. But I thought this one just needed it. It's a beautiful quilt. Done it with the leaves. Hi, Yvonne. Done it with the leaves. So I'm going to take you through on how to do it. So if you watched Wednesdays where I did the half square triangles, quarter square triangles, and the 8 triangles out of it, it's actually using the 8. So I thought I'd give you a little heads up with the Wednesday and then show you how to make it. So now the pattern I've done, I had that last week, Karen, yeah, that's okay. Pattern's done, just haven't got it on the website as yet, but all the kits and everything will go live at 8:30 as normal. So what we're going to need, let me just, I did put a kit here, yep. Okay, so what we're using is 40 10-inch squares, 20 plain 10-inch squares, and then we've got some 4.5-inch squares cut out that I've cut them in the kit for you. Okay, so you'll have them all cut out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rearrange, I was prepared, I'm going to put the camera back down so that you can see my mat and show you all how to put this together. Here we go. That's pretty cool. I haven't sewn for a few weeks and had a brainstorm. Oh, gosh, Karen, I think I have them every day when I'm sewing, so it doesn't matter. All right, so when you open up all your prints, okay, so you're going to open them up, and most of them are, with this your 40, you're going to want to pair up, let's see if I can get these open. Yep, pair up 2 different ones. Now, this sample I'm doing in black and whites, just so you can see it nice and bright on the camera. So we just want 2 different ones, okay? So done that with the leaves as well. We need 2 of each for each block, okay? So 2 of them. With 1 of each, we're going to marry them up together, pair them up. We're going to grab the other one and a solid, okay? They're going to be paired up. And then the other print with the solid paired up. So you're going to need 4 prints, 2 of 2 each the same. Had fingers crossed it was going to be stars. Yeah, Dizzy, I know you guys have been asking for stars. I think Helen was the other one asking for stars, so I thought I'd make stars for you. Let me just turn that a little bit there. There we go. So you need 4 print 10-inch squares, 2 of the 2 different prints, and you just need 2 of the solid colour, okay? What you're going to do then is you're going to get, Narelle didn't bring it out, here it is in the drawer. Okay, I use a pen on these ones because I needed to go, hi Rhonda, we need to sew it diagonally like I showed you the other night, but a pen was easier than ironing because I was sitting here at the machine and it was just easier to do. So I grabbed the ruler that's big enough to go across them, and I will mark down that corner, corner, and corner to corner. Then what I'm going to do is sew a 1/4 inch, and I've done this with a colour so you can see it. Normally I do it with my little light grey. Come back this way a little bit. There we go. So what I've done is sewn a 1/4 inch either side of those marks. There was marks. Oh, I marked this side, but I figured you couldn't see that too well. I can see it here. But so yeah, we're just going to go a 1/4 inch either side. Then this is where you ladies, if you've got the rotary mats, comes in really handy. I'm running out of space. Let me just do that. Because what we're going to do is we're going to cut it from corner to corner. Okay, cut there and there. Do not move it. We need it to stay that way. All right. Then you're going to cut it in half. Now, I'm not a big tool sort of person, but I happen to have quite a few collection of rulers, just little ones, because I did a lot of miniatures years ago. This one's a 6 inch, so what I've done is just, because this is a 10 inch square, we need to cut it horizontally and vertically. I'm just going to mark it where the 5 inch is and cut through. Don't move your fabric. So this is where it's handy. I'm just going to move that, otherwise everything's going to go flying off the branch. To turn it and then cut again. Okay, so there's still a few of those on the website if you need a rotary mat. All right, we're going to cut them. What happens then is you will end up with, and let's see if Narelle can get this going. There we go. You'll end up with 8 of the triangles. Okay, so here it is all set up. Like so. Okay, and that's where you've cut them all. So you've gone corner to corner, corner to corner, horizontal and vertically. You'll end up with 8 of these triangles. So you've done it with one print with a white, the other print with a white, and then you've done it with the 2 prints together. All right, then we go to the ironing board. And what you're going to do is you're going to iron them open. Now, where is my open iron set? Here it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open them and iron them. Now, if you want the seam, remember when I did the ironing one, if you want the seam to whatever fabric you want the seam to, it goes on top. You're going to iron, set the seam, and then get the iron and just grab it and glide it. Don't press too hard, just glide it across. Because these are now on a bias, you have to be really, really careful. Okay, so you're just going to turn it, just iron it without manipulating the shape, even though we're going to trim them back, but you don't want to manipulate this middle seam. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to trim them back, and you're going to trim them back to 4, because when you're joining the points on stars or anything, it's really good to get rid of these little doggy tails, all right, or cat ears, whatever you want to call them. Now, this ruler is an old one, okay. Hi, Jenny. How are you? This is a ruler I've had for a long time as well, 4.5 inch one. It doesn't have up the middle line, but it does have these little, like where it joins, there's a little square. Oh, if you're there we go. A little square bit. I have got some 4.5 inch rulers coming. Murphy's Law didn't arrive Friday. Put them in an not even express post. I actually freighted them. Still didn't make it. So I have listed them on the website. They're $9.95. They're 4.5 inch square. Add it to your order. I'll post it if they come in Monday. Yay! If not, I'll just post it when they come in for you free of charge. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up through the middle, right? And here I can get the corner piece in here. Let me see if I can hold it up for you. So the corner, so see how on, oh, going the wrong way. So see on the ruler, you've got that little square right where it goes in. I'm just going to marry them up. I'm doing this backwards and everything. Okay, so let me put it back down. All right, so I'm going to put it there. And again, this is where the rotary mat comes in handy, because I'm going to trim, turn, trim, turn, trim, turn, and trim. And that will bring them all back to a 4.5 inch square. You will find some of them, you might be able to just line up one side, all right, and just trim. It's okay. It doesn't have to be dead set in the middle, because when you do, you're lining up this line, and once you trim it back, you're 4.5, and this is still dead set in the middle, okay? So then what we're going to do is we're going to cut them all out. So you're going to have 3 sets. You'll have one set with one print in white, the other set with the other print in white, and the other set with the two of them. You'll have them all ironed, and you'll just pile them up. So you've got 8 of this one. Where's my other one? Oh, here's the middly ones. All right. You'll have a pile that you've ironed and trimmed back of those colours, and then you'll have these ones as well. And to finish off the blocks, you'll need 4 of the 4.5-inch strips, squares, which I've cut up for you. Now, if you're making it, especially with the leaves one, I've made it with a different coloured set in each corner, so they're all different in the star. If you're making it just with 2, all right, when you iron them, pick one of these fabrics to iron 2 each way, all right, so don't the same way. On these, I did iron it to the black. I'll get into more about the seams in a minute, okay? So what we're going to do is, if you're making it as a mixed one, the easiest thing is to take one from each pile, put that one on top so we know what 2 colours are in that pile, and you will just set them up out of all of them. You've got 20 squares. There's a lot of little box, okay? Be prepared to have a good drink beside you while you're doing all the trimming and everything, or maybe not while you've got a rotary cutter, but anyway, all right? And then what you'll do is you'll pick up 4 different ones to make the square. This is the same colours, so I'm going to make it with the 2. All right. So what we'll do is we will start, and this makes a 16-inch block, so I hope I can fit it all in here on my map. So we've got 1 square there. It's out of shot, but you'll get the idea. All right. Then what we have to do is we then have to make, and laying out each square before you sew it comes in so handy. Just saying. All right, because I did have one that, let me just bring these down while I build it down towards me, because you can still see up there. Yes. Right, so the next one, I made sure this print's here. I'm going to put the other print here, and yep, that's the way it goes. All right, this one will go beside it. Takes a few turns to get it. All right, so in the middle, you're going to match them up with the diagonal all coming in. All right, the middle's all going to come to the middle of the star, but this one's going to match this one. This one's going to match that one. All right, and we've got him here. So that means this one will go here. Here's a couple more middles. So we'll put him that way. See, because you've put it together, it's going to make a winky. We need to mix it up. All right. This one I didn't trim yet. Oh, yeah, I haven't trimmed that one yet. This is going to be the sample anyway. All right, and then we have him coming in here. So this is really handy to have it set up before you sew. Oh, there goes one truck. All right, they're still coming through the odd one. All right, let's put him that way and him that way. And there you are. You have your star. Mighty star. All right, in the black and whites. Now, when you're joining them, you can use the stepping stones. If anyone hasn't know my stepping stones technique, go and watch that video. It is really handy with this one, because what you'll do is you'll pick up the first 2 rows, okay, first 2 columns, and you will sew them down. Now there's no seams to match on this one, so you can leave that seam here. Sew it down. Don't cut the threads. So as you go, I'll just leave that there. We'll pick up the next one, fold it over for column 1, 2. I haven't cut the threads. Again, we've got no seams to match, so we're just going to sew that down. Again, around here, don't cut the thread and sew it down. All right, and we've got it there. So then what we're going to do, highly recommend it. It is good, isn't it, Jenny? Love it. All right, so then when you've got them, these are sewn now. Pretend, ladies. We're going to pretend this is sewn. All right, and I'm now going to, and this is, so there was no real seams to match here. This is the row that we need to have a look at the seams, all right? Because when we go to join this one to this one, because we've ironed them both to the black, the seam is going to be going the same way. Don't panic, all right? And I don't, in my sewing, if anybody knows me, I don't panic, I manipulate. So let's move, as I'm sewing down here, I will pick one of them and I will just move it with my finger to go across. Okay, oh, sorry, did you see that? I was in the wrong spot. So it'll go across, okay? When I go to iron the complete star, I'll look at this seam and I'll just iron it that way, okay? I'll just iron it open. It's okay while I'm sewing just to move it across. Then when I'm finished, I will iron it that way and it'll sit flatter, All right, when I get to this one, again, because there's two colors here and we chose one of them to iron to, we're always going to get it. We've chosen here obviously to iron to the flowery one. When I put them together, they will nest. Okay, so you'll get them to nest together easily in this one. All right, again here, because it's ironed to the florally, well, that one wasn't, but anyway, to the florally one, I'll just move that over and then I'll iron it. Okay, and then what we'll do is, again, with this end, we're doing the same thing. We're going to move, fold that one over and sew it. When I iron it, it's going to be ironed the same way. All right, then when we get to the next row, now if they're all different colors and you haven't ironed them, because you can't pick a color because you're going to mix them up, okay, because it's a mixed one, just move it around, all right, while you're sewing. Okay, so when you open this one, now also when you're moving it, obviously this seam has gone a certain way, okay, when you're sewing this one down. So when you get to put this one on and they're both going on the same direction, look at this one, it's that way. So I'm going to manipulate this one, fold this one this way, because I haven't joined this piece here to this row yet. So I can move this one, and then this one will always go the same way. Okay, so then what I'm going to do when I get to this next row, the first one's easy because there's no seams to match here. Okay, this one, there's no seams to match. This one, again, we've got this little point here, so you'll just move one to either side because we've got nothing sewn at the end of here. And again with this one, so now I've got the star together down. I need to turn it and go across. So we're going to look at the same method as going across with your seams. The best way I can say this is as you sew them, I've got to finish one here. Let me just pull this out. All right, as you sew it, if this is the one that's not, oh, all fingers, here we go. So if this one's not sewn, it's still open, I always put it to the bottom. Right, so it's underneath as it goes through the sewing machine, because on the top here is where I want to see which way that seam went. So it went up, it's going to go up here. Same with this one. It went up, so it's going to go up. This one, it's gone down, so I've manipulated it to go down. All right, so you can actually, you can actually put them together, but put this on top. So I think in the Stepping Stones one, Jenny, and as well as anyone that's used it, I've always said to do it, I'm losing all the bits, where you put the open bits on top because this sits flatter on your machine. With this one, I recommend turning it over because we've got to make sure all the seams are going to sit the same way. So as I'm joining this one on, this one won't be sewn. I'm going to lose all these. All right. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to look at how I did this. And yes, look, I had to unpick one, ladies, because I put it in wrong. All right. So I've made sure that all the seams. So then when it went to the iron, that one should have gone that way. When I went to the iron, okay, you were able to iron it. Don't on the iron. Just pat them down the way they got to go. Turn it over and then give it an iron. All right. And it will sit flat for you. The middle is obviously going to have a little bit of bulk, but honestly, it's not a lot. When I quilted this one today, yesterday, there was no problem with it, with it. If you send them off to long armers, the long armers will look at it as well, and they'll pick a design where it won't get quilted there because if there's extra bulk with the seams. But keep them neat, right? Keep them going the same way, and you'll end up with the star like that. And that, ladies, when you then get 20, let me get me back up on me. So you're going to get 20 blocks. I use a hammer in the middle. Heard that one a couple of times, Karen. Yep, a hammer. I actually open up where you join them, not in the middle here sometimes if they're really bulk. You can grab just those little stitches that are not holding any seam, they're just on the edge, undo them. It's about 2 or 3 stitches, and then you can actually whoosh them around and it'll sit flatter again. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, thanks, Christine. Yep. So that's how you'll get that star in here. So you can see in this one with the leaves, turn it a little bit so you can, we'll focus on this star. Okay, so as you can see, when I've made, because you would have got your 8 of each one, okay, eight of these white with that blue, and the 2 blues together. I would have got 8 of those. So I just picked one of each and put it in a pile. I picked one of each of these, put it in a pile, mixed them up, right? Put these in a pile, and then I just chose 4 different ones to go in this star. So 4 of the 3 set piles to go in this star. It's amazing how I've worded this in the pattern, but it does work. Okay, and then laid it out beside the sewing machine. No worries, Anne-Marie. Laid it out beside the sewing machine so that I know it was actually the fun ones to get right are these ones in here. Okay, to make sure you get that point up into the star. Doing it this way, the star is perfect size for a cushion. Totally. It's a 16 inch. Okay, so it's 16 and a half. Once you do that, it's a 16 inch finished block. Okay, and that's the star. What do you think? Do you like that one? All right, so that one was this week's. It's amazing how the patterns are coming up out of my head at the moment. As you know, this is the third new one in, I'm just going to put all these together so I don't push them all over the floor. The third one in 4 weeks. Hope you're enjoying them. Oh, thanks, Karen. It looks amazing with these leaves. All right, so on the website, I have got a couple of these on. I've done up some other kits. Let me just grab them. They're a $90 kit. Basically, you've got a lot of 4.5 inch squares cut out. As I said, if you need a 4.5 inch ruler square, all right, worth waiting for. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, I was getting there. I know you kept asking. Everyone kept asking. I got there. Oh, thanks, Joanne, Yvonne, Jackie. I'm amazed because I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not a big stars person, but I'm quite impressed with how this one's come out. If you want the square, if you haven't got a 4.5 inch square ruler, it is. Thanks, Barb. I've got them listed on the website. Just add it to your cart, and then I will send them once I get them. Pay the extra freight for them. Maybe. Can you hold up pattern to see the whole pattern from a distance? You know what, April? I might just walk back with the camera so you can see this made quilt. How would you like that? Let me move my machine. Right, sorry, you got my good side then, didn't you? All right, let's hold this out. Move my chair. And I will move this back. Now, can you see? Does that look? Oh, I'm holding it up at the same time. So you've actually got, it's another one of those quilts where your eyes can go to the whites or it'll go to the stars. Let me see if I walk behind. I've got furniture here everywhere. Sorry guys, let's just walk around this way and I'll go back. There we go. So there it is there in a distance with the stars. Okay. So you can see the stars better when you're further away. You can see them in there. All right. Good idea, April. Love your work. All right, let me just pop this down. Let's go through the kits. All right. Lucky my machine has wheels. Here we go. You like that one, Carol? Yeah. When I was putting it together, I'm thinking, but it just pops. It's really amazing. Thanks, Sue. All right, so what have I done up? We've got the origami. How good would the origami look? Do you think I've got the... Oh, yeah. There it is. No, that's not it. It's an older one. I think it's over near the fabrics. It's all right. The origami. No worries, April. So the origami, and this was a wine colour. Okay? So you've got origami and wine. And for the lovers of the bright dots. And black. So it'll look like these bright dots on the black. Okay? Oh, thank you, Barb. Thank you so much for that. And bright dots with white. Okay, so we've put some white ones. I think the white pops a lot of them. Just for the kids, I did a 2x2 with the light blue. Okay, because it is a single bed size. It does make up, what is it? 64 by 80. So 68 by 90 is a single bed. So 64 by 80 won't do right down the sides, and it doesn't do pillows, but it's enough to go over a single bed. Or for them to cart around the house and use in the lounge room or whatever on the floor. 2x2s with the light blue. What else have I got in here? Origami, again, with dark navy. Okay, so you got your dark navy. So you've got your 4.5-inch squares cut out. You need 80 of them, just saying. So there's 80 in each kit. And you've got your 10-inch squares in the dark navy and your print. All right. We've got black and whites with teal. All right, because that always looks nice in it. And I was able to get one kit made up, black and whites with the purple. We've got to love the purple. All right, so the purple would be where these white are, so, and then you've got the black and whites through it. Okay, so that is how you make Mighty Star. Do you like the name? It took a little while, but I went for Mighty because it was, let me just pop that back, there is a shelf there. Mighty Star, okay? It is handy to have the ruler, okay? If you've got one that's a length of the 10-inch square, that one's not, this one is, all right? Length of the 10-inch square, that's always handy, okay? When you're doing it, have a sharp rotary blade, don't cut yourself, didn't do it this week. Yeah, and the pattern will be available. I just haven't, I'll take the photo of it and go put it on the website soon, but that's your Mighty Star. And it's got for different sizes, so I've worked it out. For your single bed you need the 20 blocks, which is one kit. Sorry guys, I'm missing your thing. Beautiful design and lovely kit combinations. Thanks Jane. That's all right Karen, you don't have to buy all the kits. You can choose one. You can, you know what, buy the pattern and use your fabrics at home if you've got them. Okay, I know it's nice to have them all pre-cut and everything, but yeah, I have the patterns as well. So yeah, so single bed is one kit here. For a queen size you need 36 blocks. So you're looking at 72. When you buy 2 kits you get 80 squares. Okay, so 2 kits will give you a nice queen size, which is 96 by 96. All right, king size, if you want to go king, it makes up 112 by 112, and you need 49 blocks. So that one you sort of, if you bought 3 kits you'd have 60. So you've got extras to make pillowcases or whatever on those. All right, so that is how, we don't have to buy all the kits, but we would like to. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, you should see me. It's like me in a candy shop when I get all my fabric shopping. Yeah, it's there's going to be some new prints coming through soon too. I do have to get them over here and get them cut, but it's probably in 2 weeks' time. I should have some new prints coming and some more black and whites and that for you ladies as well. And the marbles are printing right now, so we're looking at probably another 5 weeks before they came. I wish you told me that sooner. I have all Narelle's kits here. Karen, that's okay, honey. Yeah, you've got all the kits. Oh, what I was going to say, for you ladies that have got all the kits and all my patterns, all right, if you don't need another pattern because you've got all the patterns, let me know. I'll put you on a list that every time you order, and it should have a pattern because I give them free with the kit, I'm going to throw in some 2.5-inch square strips for you to use as binding or whatever, okay, or some 5-inch squares. I'll throw in a little bit of fabric. All right, that's the value of the $20 that the pattern is retail for. So I'll throw those in for you. So just send me a message and let me know. I've got all your patterns, don't need any more. Now I know Gail has them, Joanne's got them, Karen's got them. I'm going to make a list. So when you do order, I won't send you any more of these. What I'll do is send you some 2.5-inch strips. I think there's some in yours this time, Joanne, because I know you've got them all. So I've just figured that one out because you're all collected them. All right, and don't forget I've got folders that you can buy. They're on the website. I've got the green and the yellow. They were here. Green and yellow folders that you can get, you can collect them all in. Okay, so they're all hole punched and everything. Let me go grab one so you can see one. They're not far away. So I've got 2 colours left in them for you, and these are on the website. Oh, my good side again. Okay, so you've got the green, nice darker olivey green, khaki green, and the yellow has the bindis pre-cuts, has a saying on the back, creativity is intelligence having fun. You've got a filing case with a drawer just for you. Oh, thanks, honey. So when you open, these are made with recycled inner tube tyres and beautiful velvet, and I've even put some dividers in there so you can put your patterns in for 2.5-inch strips, 5-inch strips, 10-inch squares, and miscellaneous if they don't come under that category. All right, so creativity is intelligence having fun. There's 2 of those colours on the website. All right, so you can always put all the patterns in, but just tell me. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed Mighty Stars. It is a new one that's come out. It goes live at 8:30, which is very close. It's probably live on the website now. Watching my YouTube gives you exclusives for these. So don't forget the 3 S's. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. Stalk me on Facebook or Instagram. And share. Share the post as much as you can. Share the information if you want to. If you've got friends that aren't on Facebook but go on YouTube, shoot them a message and say, you know, come and watch here and have some fun. You've got the yellow one, Barb. Beautiful. Yeah, have some fun in here because we have got our own little... I think Shanna actually called us groupies. And I think that's great. I've got my little groupies happening. Do you have the Ocean Treasures 10-inch squares? I think they're all gone, honey. There might be one in a different kit. Who was that? That was Karen. I'll have a look and I'll message you, Karen. Yeah, I'll message you if I've got the Ocean Treasures, honey. You've got 2 crates of fabric. Yes, Joanne. Got all your organza bags back. So yeah, don't forget, triple S's. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. Stalk me on Facebook or Instagram. Share with everybody that's a patchworker or a quilter. Let them know I'm still around. A lot of people don't know with the show shut down where I've gone. So some of you do, some of you don't. Some of the quilting guilds and everything have not know where I've gone. So if you know any of them, please let them know I'm still here. I'm still working. I'm still kicking them out and being here on YouTube and live and through Facebook. So hope everyone stays safe. We are back again on Wednesday with Treasure Hunt Wednesday. And don't even know what's happening on that one. I'll find something. Thanks, Jenny. We've got Anne-Marie. No worries, sweetie. Night, everyone. Night, Dizzy. Your ideas come to life. Dizzy, you should be in my head. I always say it's a computer with all the tabs open and one of them's playing music and I haven't figured out which one yet, but my brain does not stop. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Night to everyone. Joanne, Jenny, Anne, Yvonne, Christine. Oh, thanks, Christine. Don't ask me to cook anything, honey. Not clever in that department. All right, or look after a plant. Night, Wendy. Thank you again for everyone for the support and help, and I hope everyone stays safe, stay happy, and happy sewing, okay? And hi, Mum. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Night, April, Karen, Joanne, Sue, Barb. Oh, thanks. So worth waiting for. That's lovely. Love Mighty Stars. Thanks so much for that, Jane. And Karen, you'll cook for me? No worries. I'll cut your fabric, honey. Rhonda and Christine. Night, everybody. Thank you so much again. Stay safe. Happy sewing. Bye.